Hi, I'm Brett Williams, Mr. Marriage, and you've reached HelpTalking.com. Well, today I'm going to help you say everything you need to say, but we're going to have to do a little prep. Now, preparation is necessary to have any effective conversation, and we're going to use the same technique to help you prepare for a conversation just at home with your partner, or if you're going to get on the phone with me and we're going to do some phone technical support. But either way, you're going to have to do a little preparation to make sure that you're ready to have a conversation and make sure that your partner is going to be able to hear you say everything you need to say. All right? The exercise we're going to learn today is called So What? It's a great exercise because it really helps you focus in on what's wrong as opposed to who's wrong. For any conversation to work well, what you have to do is you have to avoid the blame game. And the blame game can only be avoided if you talk about what's wrong as opposed to who's wrong. Most conversations are about who's wrong, who did what to who. And what we want to do and what we're going to do in this exercise is help you shift gears to get clear on what's wrong. Here's an easy way to understand the difference. Who's wrong is focused on the other person, what they did or what they didn't do, what they said or what they didn't say. And that's the whole focus of the conversation. And again, like I said, that is the focus of most conversations. What's wrong, however, is focused on you and focused on what's going on for you. What's wrong looks at you're hurt, you're frustrated, you're disappointed, you're irritated, you're annoyed, you're feeling abandoned, you're feeling alone, you're feeling empty, you're feeling forgotten. Whatever it is, you have to be able to distinguish that from talking about what he did or what she did, and more stay focused on what you're feeling and what your experience is. So the exercise we're going to do today, called So What, is going to be an exercise that's going to help you focus exactly in that place. All right, let's get started. What I want you to do is take out a piece of paper, and we're going to write on the top of the paper any complaint or frustration or irritation that you may have. I'm going to use a couple that I was coaching on the phone from New York just yesterday. And her complaint was that he came home late. That was her issue. So I want you to do the same. And when you write out your exercise, write the complaint right across the top. Then we're going to ask ourselves the question, so what? So what? He came home 15 minutes late. So what you're going to write right underneath that header is you're going to write why that was a problem for you. Him being late made us all have to wait. All right, kind of rhymes. Works for me. So what? He was late. It made you wait. Everybody had to sit around. Dinner got cold. Okay. So what? Why are you agitated? Why are you upset? Well, if I'm going to be her for a moment and take on those feelings and thoughts, I would have to think, well, it felt rude. It felt disrespectful. So he was rude. All right? So what? He was rude. Well, that kind of feels selfish. He was only focused on himself and what he needed. Okay, let's continue with our example. So what? He came home late. He made us all wait. He was rude and selfish. So what? There's a lot of rude and selfish people that are tardy. Why is it bothering me? Well, I'm married to him. And again, as I think about how she's feeling, I'm thinking it feels disrespectful to me. So I'm going to write that down. So what? He was disrespectful. Well, when he's disrespectful, when he doesn't come in on time, I guess it makes me feel like he doesn't care. Okay, so we're going to write that down. He doesn't care. Well, let me change that actually a little bit to he doesn't care about me. So that feels a little bit more close to the truth. Again, I want to continue my exercise. So what? He's late, he's rude, he's selfish, he's disrespectful. He doesn't care about me. So what? There's a lot of people in the world that don't care about you. Why does it bother you that he doesn't care about you? Think, why does it bother me that he doesn't care about me? Well, it bothers me that he doesn't care about me because it feels like he doesn't love me. Or I feel unloved. And that's our bottom line. Maybe that's not always, maybe that's not all the time, but in that situation, in that circumstance, in that moment, it felt like he didn't care about me. He wasn't bringing love to me. He wasn't loving me. He wasn't bringing his attention to me. And it made me feel for that moment unloved. And you'll notice that as we go through this, you'll see a difference. The first half of our conversation, or first half of our dialogue, focuses on who's wrong. As we look at what he did, he made us wait, he was rude, he was selfish. And the second half, when we started going through the process, we started focusing on what's wrong. And what's wrong is it felt disrespectful. Made me feel like he didn't care. And ultimately it made me feel like I was unloved, or in that moment didn't feel like I was important to him. He didn't love me enough to consider our time, our needs, what was going on with dinner for me. So listen how that then changes our conversation. When I approach him up, as we did before, with, hey, you're late, you're rude, you're selfish, and then I focus on, hey, you're late, and that felt disrespectful, felt like it didn't care about me, and made me feel unloved, it becomes a completely different conversation. All right, now, I want you to break out a piece of paper and do this exercise yourself. This is not one of those sit back and just let it happen. Gee, that's really interesting. I'm watching it passively. This is something that you have to get involved with, that you have to participate in. So break out a piece of paper, write down a complaint, and then go through so whats. We used about 6 in this example. You're going to probably use 7, 8, or even 10 in your example, because you're going to help yourself get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into issues. And the more you can get deep into the issues, the more you're going to be able to discover and pull out really the core for you. And then you'll be able to have a more productive conversation. 2 resources I want to leave you with. One is my book, You Can Be Right or You Can Be Married, Love-Based Solutions for Couples. And again, here we talk all about the right fights. We talk about what's wrong versus who's wrong. And we have this particular exercise and in dozens of others as well. Also, another resource I want to make sure you know about is our website, helptalking.com. On there, we provide what we think of as relationship tech support, where you will get on the phone with a person you're having some kind of disagreement with, your spouse or whoever, and we'll be able to help you walk through the conversation, help you get from beginning to end, all in one call. Thank you for doing this exercise with me. I hope this was helpful and useful. Please spend some time preparing yourself for your next conversation, either with me over the phone doing some phone support or at home working on your relationship yourself. Make sure you go through this exercise and get really clear on what's wrong as opposed to who's wrong. All right, take care. I again am Brett Williams, Mr. Marriage.